Behind closed doors, it was madness and despair. Harry asked for a second chance. Meghan is focusing on returning to Hollywood. Divorce rumors fueled by Meghan Markle stepping out without engagement candle. Harry sent greetings and a warm welcome to the Royal News Channel. Starting today, we'll be doing some new things that haven't been done before based on some of your feedback. So the first comment I want to share with you is from a fan named Joan. She said people might hear your sad story once if you heard it twice, but then everyone would care and I couldn't have told it better myself. I think about this a lot when I talk about Meghan and Harry. Why do they think people want to hear the same old story over and over again? The question, as always, is, did they do this on purpose? Is it on purpose? I think I want to start repeating myself so often that maybe it's time to shut up. These two people don't seem to understand. So if you have any thoughts on this, please share them with me in the comments below. The second comment I want to share with you is from Nancy Henderson. Chapman 8901. So she told the truth, don't pay him any money. The public doesn't want her to win. They know who she is and what she does. Nancy, you hit the nail on the head. I hope the royal family really understands this situation. We already know about Meghan. This is not a secret. Once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't close it. So, if Pandora's box is opened, it cannot be closed. You can't go back to where you came from, and that's an important point I hope the royal family takes into account. It's very frustrating for viewers to learn that we simply don't understand what's going on. Although we know the situation, we don't know it. This reminds me of Judge Judy's words. She told me not to pee on my legs and told me it was raining, and yes, she talks about it. No one likes to be gassed. No one likes to be told that things will be a certain way, when we clearly see that the opposite is happening. And that's what the royal family needs to understand in this situation. Don't tell us Meghan Markle isn't pregnant. This Meghan Markle is a really nice guy and has no issues with the royal family. We've seen it firsthand. There's no point in trying to hide it. The truth is, the royal family has no money to pay him, because we already know everything. So there is no point in wasting money. So thanks Nancy for reminding me that I'm not alone in thinking this way. So for 7 years, they acted like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle against the world. They used to be inseparable, but that all started to change this summer, according to weekly sources in touch. So when Harry returns to London for his trial in June, Meghan will likely go partying in Montecito without Harry, and then in mid-August. Well, he's still out there. This time he went for the cherry blossoms and made a short trip to Japan. Meghan while Harry was away. Well, she saw Taylor's concert in Los Angeles. And had a sort of 42nd birthday party over dinner with friends. Now, the insider says, they seem to be spending more time apart, which isn't a good sign. Well, the question is this another alarming sign? Now I know some were saying, oh, we won't know if they're breaking up until we hear from them, but guys, this is not a good thing. I mean, Meghan has never been seen wearing that special diamond ring that Harry designed himself. And of course, it will fuel speculation that Meghan and Harry are headed for divorce after battles with negative public opinion as well as failed business ventures. Sources say Meghan claims the ring is being repaired, but since May she has been seen without it on multiple occasions, she should know that not wearing one will spark divorce rumors. Some believe she did it on purpose to show that she was unhappy with the marriage. It's no secret that they have growth issues. Well, I don't think anyone would say that this year has been a pretty rough one for both of them. Harry's backup book came out in January and was very popular. Things didn't change immediately. Things really started to change in May. Harry and Meghan were accused of exaggerating their pursuit of New York, and a month later they were called red-handed by a Spotify executive. After the Spotify deal fell through, what about the Netflix deal? You say, well, we know what happened to it. Strangers have spoken very little about what it took to show their $1 billion partnership with Netflix. The source pointed out, Harry and Meghan have lost a lot of popularity in Hollywood, and their production company has even been called a failure. And what about the fact that they still hang out in public together? You may ask, make no mistake. Hurry up. I mean, they keep installing this equipment, it makes sense for their brand. All he really knows is that it would be devastating to lose her, too, the source says. He also added that Harry wants to undo the damage and is asking him to get a second chance at his career. It might work. She's taking matters into her own hands and focusing on her Hollywood comeback. But it will not be good for marriage. If Meghan wants to have a career, she will definitely have to distance herself from Harry even more. According to the source, she advises that it is better to stay away from him in order to revive his career. Now, not only has Meghan signed with the Hollywood super agent, but she's also loving the renewed praise for her long-running role in the drama series Suits, which actually destroyed records when it debuted on Netflix. Just recently, the source added, she's completely rebranding herself and looking to become a global celebrity influencer, and Harry is still putting his efforts into the same charities that he worked for. As a working member of the royal family, it's telling that their team is focusing more on making solo projects than on their endeavors as a duo. What happened to all this talk of unity and being a team when you think about what Meghan and Harry? I mean, before they were inseparable, they never went out without the other one. They were always showing us some PDA, we didn't want to see, always cling on to each other, so when I consider all that, I think something is definitely going on here. So the source says that Harry is not all on his own. He has been leaning on a pretty surprising ally. Charles has reached out to offer his support, says the source, adding that the king never stopped loving and wanting the best for Harry, despite their differences, and Charles, we got to hand it to him, is also in an incredibly unique position to offer some advice to Harry. No one knows better than Carlos how much social scrutiny can strain a marriage. This ruined his and Diana's relationship and also threatened the one he has with Camilla. So he really empathizes with what his son is going through. Their renewed communication may indicate a real thaw in their relationship. It looks like we can't really say anything about Harry and Meghan. Moving the wedding to California meant a fresh start. Harry and Meghan still love each other very much, but they deeply regret their actions. Since they moved to California and have different ideas about what to do, their friends are worried about their ability to handle those big bumps in the road. I understand why their friends are really concerned that they should be. I mean, Meghan and Harry have faced challenges that none of us could even dream of right now. To be fair, these problems arise by themselves. But still, if we forget that for a minute, I think we can feel some sympathy for them trying to deal with these struggles and challenges. I know that all of you have faced problems in your marriage, and often the problems seem insurmountable. It's really hard to stay together when there are so many things trying to tear you apart. So I think we have to wait. Wait and see if Harry and Meghan's marriage can weather this storm. The other problem, of course, is that it was a failed marriage in the first place. Think about it now. If an American marries someone, what role does he play in the family? What impact can they have? Well, we've seen what happens when a narcissistic American like Meghan marries into a family she believed she would be in control. You see, when someone marries a member of the royal family, you become a member of the royal family, but you are not actually a member of the royal family, so you should adapt to your spouse's tradition in the royal family. That's something Meghan can't do. Meghan couldn't understand that she was only a royal wife, so of course she had to abide by the traditions and protocol that Harry grew up with as a royal wife. Meghan Markle never expected to be able to make decisions on behalf of the royal family. He could certainly share his personal opinions and feelings with Harry, but when it came to the royal family, his opinions never mattered. He always expected to fit in. He should be happy about that. He could accept it. Maybe she had the power in the family that she, Harry and the kids had, but certainly not when it came to the larger family. I love my country and I love my compatriots. But backwards. It's the second time an American has married into the royal family, and the second time it's been a complete disaster. Now it's the first time Americans have divorced. While Edward VIII Simpson had to abdicate, and after World War II in the Bahamas they spent the rest of their days in Paris, and now Harry has this American wife and now lives with her in California. She realized that working in the royal family was not fun for her. It was too hard for her, so she decided to escape to California. She is married to a member of the royal family and is American. She expects to be a star, and when she's a working royal, that's her problem now. She's somewhere between a supporting role and a sequel, and unfortunately for Meghan, she can't get over the fact that her role is small. Her lack of fame is due to racism, which in her view has nothing to do with how she treats people or who she hangs out with. I mean, she should be the center of attention. Why doesn't anyone want her to be the center of attention? That's her problem, she's narcissistic. She doesn't understand that she won't be a star forever. She was expected to adapt to her role in the royal family, but in the end she seemed unable to accept it. No matter which nationality a member of the royal family marries, it must be someone who accepts and respects the hierarchy. She didn't always need to be in the limelight, as her nationality didn't matter much in her early life as a royal wife. You'll play a small role, and over time if someone really works hard and does the right thing, their role becomes bigger. The Duchess of Edinburgh is a prime example. She never tries to draw too much attention to herself. She's always there to lend a helping hand, and everyone's respect for her grows with each passing day. She was very important to the late Queen during the final years of her life. She supports her in many ways, but I don't believe at all that she ever tried to. The Princess of Wales has also really come into her own over the years. Sometimes she plays the leading role now, but that's because she deserves it, because she always shows up, always does what people expect of her as a future queen.